Hello again, I am Blunty, just a couple of days away now from Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet releasing, and I'm very much looking forward to playing and indeed streaming the first true open world free roam Pokemon games. Now in yesterday's Pokemon related video we talked a bit about some of the new and changed mechanics coming with the new games, stuff from data miners, stuff from people just sort of playing early through various methods, and I spent a fair chunk of that video talking about the changes to breeding and shinies. In it, I mentioned there was a special sandwich recipe that significantly boosted shiny odds. Well, I'm here to tell you that recipe has now been revealed, and well, I was wrong about it. There is in fact several different recipes that boost shiny odds. And when I say boosted, I mean it's being reported that it's even better odds than we saw with the mass outbreaks in Pokemon Legends Arceus, which were already nuts. Shiny hunting with the sandwich boost is, according to at least one source, resulting in up to 4 shinies per hour. So that's, I think the word is ridiculous. And I'm of two minds about this, because on the one hand, well, yay, easier shinies. On the other hand, easier shinies means less rare shinies, and if they're too easy to obtain, if they're not rare enough, well, they feel less special, don't they? I mean, the whole point of shinies is, well, all they are is slightly differently colored Pokemon. That's the only thing special about them. They're not sort of inherently more powerful or anything like that. We want them because they're rare, and they're valuable because they're rare. They're desirable because they're rare. And if they're not that rare anymore, they become less desirable and less valuable. And 4 an hour is, to my mind, too much. We'll see soon enough if that number is even accurate, though, because, well, it might just be a number someone pulled out of their bum. Anyway, a few hours after I published yesterday's video, the first sandwich recipes for shiny boosting started to escape into the wild. The first I saw reported is that you'll need to stack 3 Herba Mystica in your sandwich ingredients to get the effect to trigger. The Herba Mystica is a comparatively rare item drop and something that only unlocks through one of the 3 main questlines in the game, the Titan-related quest. This information, however, was wrong. In fact, as it turns out, to get the Sparkling Power sandwiches, all you need is 2 herbs of any kind. The third ingredient will in fact just give you additional specifics like targeting one specific Pokemon type, say fire. And as for how long this boost lasts, well, the effects of a shiny boost Sanger lasts for 30 minutes. And in theory, if that 4 per hour number is even close to correct, that pretty much guarantees you a shiny, right? So the question now becomes is, how do we farm the Herba Magica ingredient? Well, there's several different types of Herba Mystica, sweet, spicy and the like. They are unlocked through the Titan Pokemon story quests, and each of the 5 Titans you'll have to beat gives a different Herba Mystica. And to farm up Herba Mystica, you'll need to beat the game, which in Pokemon context is somewhat of a vague term, but what I mean by that is you'll need to finish the main story quests and trigger the credits roll. Once you do that, you'll be able to farm 5-star rated Terra Raid battles, and among the dropped rewards for these is the various Herba Magica. The Herba Magica are rare drops and aren't guaranteed for every raid run you do, which helps alleviate my worry a little bit about shiny hunting being too easy a little bit. And again, you'll need to use 2 different Herba Mysticas per sandwich to trigger the shiny boost. So I suppose one time investment grind is substituting for the other when it comes to this mechanic. You'll spend less time actually hunting shinies because of the better odds, but more time on the other end grinding to farm up the ingredients in the first place to allow you to shiny hunt. And on paper, in theory, I think that's a decent trade-off. It will at least add a little more variety to the total process of shiny hunting, because now it isn't purely about just encounters over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And tying this into the Terra Raid battles will also give players even more incentive to engage in the multiplayer. You can do the Terra Raid battles offline using AI NPC assistance, but if they're anything like as dumb as the ones in Pokemon Sword and Shield were, I'd rather have real people, please. Like even a dumb real person is better than the AI in Sword and Shield. And when we talk about stacking shiny boosted odds, which is a thing we've always been able to do in various ways, sandwiches can also trigger mass outbreaks, which make a return again from Legends Arceus, and which, like in Legends, also significantly boost shiny odds. And of course, there is always the shiny charm, which unlocks the same way it has done traditionally, by completing the Pokédex. Oh, and before we're done here, one more shiny related bit of info. Sadly, it has now been confirmed that the starter Pokemon are shiny locked. So any hopes you had of restarting your game over and over and over and over and over and over again in hopes of getting a shiny starter, well, that's pointless. It will never happen. It can never happen. So if you want a shiny variation of your starters, you'll have to use one of the other methods. I don't know if they'll be available to wild catch in like the Pterodens or something, but at least breeding is always an option. And of course, with breeding, you can use the Masuda method to boost your odds as well, which I don't know if it's been confirmed in the game, but there has never been a game with breeding that hasn't taken advantage of the Masuda method, so we can safely assume it's in there, right? Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully this has been informative and or interesting for you, useful at least, hopefully. Thank you as always to the patrons scrolling up above there. I am Bloody, and I will catch you next time.